What it do? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah. As you tap in, smash on my like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash on the like button before we get the show started. And we're going to have another hellified show for you today. You know, we got a lot to talk about, a lot going on in boxing. So let's cook on what we got to cook on. We got my man, Mr. DBMH in the building. Salute. Macadose, Mac of the South, what's happening with it? Deacon 305, what's happening with it? Soldier of God, what's good? Jason, what's good? Nitty G, what's happening with it? Daryl Deloach, what's good with it? Seattle Boxing Talk in the building. What's happening with it? We got my man, Dwayne Freeman. Boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman, that is. What's happening with it, Dwayne? Bobby in the building. Munt, what's happening with it? Cheese All Out Fitness, what's happening with it? Jay West, what's good? Dream Chaser, what's happening with it? Second Son, what's happening with it? Yeah. And like I said, y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. You know, they ain't been sending out none of my notifications, posting my videos and shit like they supposed to today. So I already know what it is. But we're going to get in here and we're going to do the damn thing like we always do, regardless. My man, Bo in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. Lot going on in boxing. Knockout Boxing 86 TV is in the building. And y'all don't forget Knockout's live show that he got coming up for y'all. But yeah, a lot going on in boxing. And like I said, we got a lot to talk about. Coach is in the building. What's happening with it, Coach? Cali Fire in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. One thing I want to cook on, man, is I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I kind of want to see this fight. Amir Khan and Kell Brook. It's building up, you know. They fighting this this in February. They fighting mid-February, and that shit building up. They talking a lot of spicy shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? They talking real spicy to each other, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You got Amir Khan. He over there training with Terrence Crawford and the whole, you know what I'm saying, the whole team over there, you know what I'm saying? He over there training with them real hard. And Kell Brook, he said, man, that's some sucker shit. He said, how you gonna go train with a man that then beat your ass? Now you wanna, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't beat him in the ring. Now you wanna link up and you wanna act like you all buddy with this man. And, you know, like you a part of the family and you training with him. After this man that hit you all in your nuts, made you look bad on national motherfucking TV in front of millions of fans, now you want to act like that y'all best friends now and buddy. I said, man, Kell Brook talking that shit. Kell Brook is talking that spicy shit. Knockout Boxing say, I got the under on that. Both of them dudes so easy to KO. Yeah. But Kell Brook, he showed that he don't have no chin at all no more. Kell Brook wasn't always, Kell Brook wasn't always chinny like that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We seen Kell Brook take a beating from Triple G and he never went down. We seen Kell Brook get punished for 11 rounds with Errol Spence. And Errol Spence was hard hitting like Rocky back then. You know what I'm saying? That Errol Spence back then was a whole different beast. And he beat the dog shit out of Kell Brook and punished him. And, you know, Kell Brook, he took that knee and tapped out. But other than that, you know, he showed that he was tough. He showed he had a tough chin. But now, Kell Brook, I think it's a lot to do. I think that shit that we seen with Terrence Crawford was a lot to do with him being inactive for a long time, him having to train on his own, him having to drain himself to cut weight to go back down to a weight class that he hadn't fought at in 3 years. You know, that shit gonna take a toll on your chin. Now, what weight is they fighting at? What weight is Kell Brook and Amir Khan fighting at? Because that's gonna be a big factor in that fight. Knockout or whoever in the building, let me know what weight they fighting at. And y'all smash on my like button. Y'all smash the like button if you ain't hit my like yet. What weight is they fighting at? Somebody in the building, let me know. Right? What weight is they fighting at? Ain't nobody gonna let me know what weight they fighting at? Ain't nobody fucking with me today? Okay, knockout. Knockout said a catch weight, he said shit like 149, 150. Mr. Steer Your Chin, what's happening with it? Salute. 149, 150. Oh, okay, Cali, 149, Cali Fire said. Okay, 149, 147. That ain't, like, that's only 2 pounds difference. That's only a 2 pound difference. So, that might be a big factor in this. That they agreed to fight at a catch weight, and Kell Brook ain't looking, so, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just all depends how Kell Brook can make the weight. You feel me? It all depends on how Kell Brook can make that weight, because his punch resistance in his last fight at 147 was trash. Now, when you struggling, 2 pounds is a big difference. 2 pounds is a big difference. You know what I'm talking about? If you're struggling to make weight. So I'm going to have to see when we get closer to the fight how Kell Brook, you know, how easily or how difficult it is for Kell Brook to make weight. And then you're looking at Amir Khan. Amir Khan been on a long layoff. Amir Khan ain't fought at that weight in a long time neither. Let's pull up Amir Khan's if I don't remember Amir Khan fight since he fought Crawford, but he might have fought since then. When the last time Amir Khan fought? Okay, yeah, he fought Billy Dibb. So Amir Khan ain't fought since 2019. Amir Khan ain't fought since 2019. July of 2019. We in 2022, y'all. Amir Khan ain't fought in damn near almost 3 years. This July, he fighting in February, so March, April, May, June, July. So Amir Khan gonna be 5 months off of fight, not fighting. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be 5 months shy of being inactive for 3 years. I said the last time Amir Khan fought was July 2019, and he fought Billy Dibb, a small fighter that was coming way up in weight. Billy Dibb, I think Billy Dibb was like a shit. What weight class was Billy Dibb? What weight class he started at? I think he started at like 126 or something. You know what I'm saying? A much smaller fighter that was coming way up in weight. So yeah, and Khan ain't never had a chin. You feel me? Khan ain't never had a chin, ever had a chin before. So with that being said, it ain't gonna be easy for Amir Khan to make 147 either. Along with the chin that when they was at the height of their career, Kell Brook had a much stronger chin. He had a lot more punch resistance than Amir Khan had. Amir Khan ain't never had no chin. I think Kell Brook is more so, you know, his inactivity and him not being able to make the weight easy because he hadn't fought at that weight in so long. But Amir Khan was born without a chin. So with them factors being said, I got Kell Brook knocking out Amir Khan. What's up with it? Whoever wants to smoke, I got Kell Brook knocking out Amir Khan. Amir Khan been inactive longer than Kell Brook. He done been knocked out more times than Kell Brook. Cold. That man done been knocked out cold on several different occasions. I'm rolling with I'm rolling with Kell Brook. My bad. Did I say Amir Khan? I'm rolling with Kell Brook. I got Kell Brook knocking out Amir Khan. Marcus. I got Amir Khan taking a nap. Yeah. Coach, what's happening with it? Knockout say, bruh, this shit like Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. It's a tough ass fight to call. Yeah, but when you look at the factors that I just, stated, because see, at first I'm like, okay, well, it might be real hard for Brook to make the weight because he's been out since November of 2020. And in November of 2020, before then, he hadn't fought at 147 in 3 years or more. But now, I mean, you're looking at Amir Khan, he's been out of sport since 2019. He ain't fought nobody. And he got to make weight. Just because he training with Terrence Crawford and Bo Mack and them over there, that don't mean shit. What that meant for all the rest of the fighters that was training with Bo Mack and Terrence Crawford. To everybody ain't Terrence Crawford. You feel me? Just because Terrence Crawford is in the gym working, doing his thing, don't mean that you're going to adapt the work ethic of Terrence Crawford. Don't mean that you're going to learn the things that Terrence Crawford does and pick up on that and be able to implement it. Because it ain't worked for Maurice Hooker. It ain't worked for what's my man name? Jamel Herring. And so on and so on. You feel me? It ain't working for them rest of them dudes that went to train with Bud. Shit. It sure didn't work for motherfucking Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd was up there training with Bud Crawford and them before he fought Luis Cuba before his last fight. And that shit sure didn't work for Jared Hurd because Jared Hurd in that Cuba fight, he looked worse than he ever had. I'm just keeping it real. Ain't got nothing to do with Terrence Crawford, but Bo Mack and them, they not just producing winners out of that gym. If it ain't Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Bo Mack ain't producing killers out of that gym if it ain't Terrence Crawford. Now I like so-called Steven Nelson, but hey, so-called Steven Nelson been out of the sport for a long time. And he never got his chance to really show, how good he is because he never had no opponent that was worth shit, really. Trill Music, what's happening with it? Jay Chestnut, Bumpy Thompson, Big Worm, Adonis K3. Seattle Boxing Talk said, I was just going to say, Jared Hurd, no one fell off worse than him. Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, shit. Look at him training with Bo Mack and Crawford and them. Man, Jared Hurd finna come back with a bang. And Jared Hurd looked like he looked trash. Jared Hurd looked like a washed up journeyman that got his ass beat. He looked like the opponent. Dundada, what's happening with it? World Combat Sports, my man Scotty is in the building. Yeah, so like I said, everybody ain't Terrence Crawford. Just because you can go train with Bo Mack and Terrence Crawford is there training besides you. If you look at the evidence, you know what I'm saying? If you look what's happened in the past, that hasn't helped out none of these other fighters. So yeah, I got Dundada. I got Brook. If you want to put some bread on it, you know what I'm saying? Let's put some bread on it. I got Kell Brook stopping Amir Khan. I do. J.A. Dixon, what's happening with it? My man Juan Rummel's in the building. What's good with it? Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, Juan. I appreciate that. J.A., it didn't help him not a bit. It ain't helped her not one bit. That shit, it might have affected him because he looked a lot worse to me. You know what I'm saying? You know who Jared Hurd remind me of? And, I fuck with both of them heavy. I fuck with Jared Hurd heavy, and I fuck with the name that I'm finna name. But Jared Hurd remind me of AB. You know what I'm saying? Him and AB look about the same when they got in the ring, they last fights. They both got the shit beat out of them by opponents that they ain't have no business getting the shit beat out of them by. Now, I like Cuba. Luis Cuba areas he can fight. He could fight, but you know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no level at no Jerry Hurd ever until now. And you know, so yeah. Macadose, Mac of the South say Brook gonna beat Khan. Yeah, I for sure, man. I got killed Brook, bro. I got killed Brook doing something dirty to Mir Khan. Roselle Monroe say Brook all day, every day, stopping Khan. Yeah. World Combat. Okay, he talking to Dundada. So, yeah, I definitely, but I like this fight. Even though we get in this fight 8 years, right? We should have got this fight 8 years ago, 9 years ago, right? But we getting it now. They both, and it ain't like that. One opponent got like a huge advantage over the other. It's not like, okay, Amir Khan is still in his prime. Now he picking on old Kell Brook, or vice versa. Both of them about on the same level when you think about activity, when you think about being knocked out. So they both on the same level. We getting it. You know what I'm saying? We get in this fight where they both on even playing fields, y'all. Ain't neither one of them in their prime no more. So that puts them on even playing fields. So it's gonna come down to skills. It's kind of like when you know what? I'm gonna make an example, right? It's kind of like when Roy Jones and when Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins fought when they was old, right? When Roy and Bernard Hopkins fought when they was old. Now, when they was young, when they was young, Roy Jones beat B-Hop easily. You know what I'm saying? Beat him easily. But then when they got old, it came down to skill set. And B-Hop's style and his skills, right? When the athleticism was all gone. When it was that, you know what I'm saying, the speed, the quickness, all of the crazy athleticism that Roy Jones had in the younger days, it was gone. So it came down to who had the better skill set. And we seen what happened. B-Hop had the much better skill set when they got older. So when you look at this fight, Amir Khan, one of his main things was his speed and his athleticism when he was young. Kell Brook was more so, his boxing skills and his power and things like that. So when you look at this fight, I'm going to compare it to B-Hop and Roy Jones when they was older. And this fight, to me, it favors Kell Brook in every way. It favors Kell Brook. And plus, I don't think that Kell Brook ever felt that he could beat Amir. I don't think that Amir Khan ever felt in his whole entire career that he could beat Kell Brook. He was always afraid of Kell Brook. And that stands for something right there. If you're afraid of a man, if you've been afraid of a man your whole career, and I'm not saying just like, oh, he just terrified, but he didn't want to get in the ring with Kell Brook because I believe that he never felt that he could beat Kell Brook. So he ran from him. He ducked him. Why did this fight never happen? This fight never happened for one reason, because Amir Khan never wanted to fight. And so that stands for something. That means a lot. Now Amir Khan, he ain't got nobody else to fight. He on his last leg, just like Kell Brook is. So Amir Khan is like, well, fuck it now. I ain't got nothing else to lose. I can't get no another big payday from fighting nobody else. So I might as well go and fight Kell Brook now. I've been ducking him for 10 years. I've been ducking this man for 10 years, and I might as well go and fight him now. What I got to lose now? You know what I'm saying? I done been knocked out several times. So I'll go fight him now. Telling y'all. Anybody want to put a bag on Amir Khan, come holler at me. I got Kell Brook. Knockout. We waiting for your prediction video. I got Kell Brook. Crush the Legend. What's happening with it? What's happening with it, Crush? How much you want to put on it? You tell me how much you want to put on it, Dundada. Tell me how much you want to put on it, and I'll put you down. I'll put you down in my notes. Rolling Red says I might get Con. Let me know. Like I said, let me know. Yes, sir. I got Kell Brook. I don't see Amir Khan fucking with Kell Brook with all those factors that I just talked about. Sir and Bo, what's happening with it? And we getting ready to cook. We getting ready to cook on this Devin Haney and Gary Antuanne Russell situation. I actually want to drop the link for Coach. I want to send Coach. I'm gonna send you a link if you're available to cook on the situation, because I know that Coach usually got Devin over everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to hear Coach's run down on this whole situation with Gary Antuanne. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link to your email right now, Coach. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this situation. And like I said, we finna get in this shit real soon. Marcus says, I see Khan flying across the ring like Conor Ben had Al Jury. Man, Conor Ben did something dirty to Al Jury. He did something dirty to Chris Algieri. Conor Ben, but this is my thing. I like Conor Ben, and I think Conor Ben is a problem. But Conor Ben he calling out Adrian Broner. He calling out the winner between Kell Brook and Amir Khan. Bruh, why is you calling them out when you got lions like that's right there the same age range as you, like a Jerome Businis, a Virgil Ortiz? Why is you calling out Adrian Broner and Amir Khan and Kell Brook and fighters like that? That's the thing with me. And Knockout, if you want to cook, just let me know. I'll send you a link, Knockout. That's the whole thing with me. Conor Ben, like, he got skills, but it's like he's just showing me certain things that he don't have the confidence in himself. Because you calling out these fucking Rudy Poos, bro. Why is you calling out? Why is you calling out Amir Khan and Kell Brook and Adrian Broner and shit? Come on, man. Come on. I see y'all want to talk about this Devin Haney and Gary Antuanne. We gonna get into it. I'm gonna just wait to see if anybody want to grab a link before I really start cooking on this situation. Cause I know once I start cooking, niggas gonna want a link. So if you want a link, I'm gonna drop a link right now, and we gonna get, you know what I'm saying, we gonna cut it to 3 to 4 people can grab a link. That's what it is. Cause this shit getting real sticky right here. This shit get real sticky right here. Mark Stearns, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Before we do that, I want to cook on how they doing Gary Russell, man. I want to cook on this situation real quick on how they doing Gary Russell. W right side, what's happening with it? Now, you already hearing that they are mandating Mark Masayo and Ray Vargas. Now, Ray Vargas, who was actually on the even playing field with Gary Russell, who had been out for, I think he was out for 2 years also, right? He was supposed to be Gary mandatory. All of a sudden, right, we was talking about Ray Vargas and Gary Russell. Okay, I got you, Knockout. I got you right now. I'm going to send it to you, right? Hold on, y'all. Let me send Knockout this email. And I'm gonna explain to y'all how the fix is in. Smooth Groove, what's happening with it? AJ64 salute. So I'm gonna explain to y'all how the fix is in, right? Now, Gary Russell been out 2 years. We know that. Ray Vargas, they said that Ray Vargas was his mandatory, right? We was coming out with the news because that's what they came out with. They said, you know, Gary Russell and Ray Vargas, that's the next fight that's happening. So we say, okay, they on the even playing field. You know, they both been on layoffs. So okay, cool. We like that fight. We all talked about that fight. We said, okay, we like Ray Vargas against Gary Russell. Bam. That's cool. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ray Vargas, he can't fight Gary Russell. You feel me? He pulls out of the fight, and we don't hear nothing else about Gary Russell against nobody no more, right? It's just that Gary Russell sitting around, and he can't get a fight. He can't get a fight. You know what I'm saying? But Gary Russell, yeah, he stays in the gym. He stays in the gym. But being in a full-out training camp and being in the gym working out is two different things. So Gary Russell sitting around. Ray Vargas then pulled out the fight, right? And he's sitting around like, damn, okay. Bam. What's going on? I ain't got nobody to fight me. All of a sudden, about a month out, we hear that man come and say, you know what? Shit, Gary Russell finna fight this Mark Masayo dude. They called Gary Russell and they told him that he got to fight Mark Masayo for his mandatory. He got to defend his belt against this Filipino kid, Mark Masayo, for a mandatory. We said, damn, how this dude get in a position? Where he come from? We thought that Gary Russell and Ray Vargas was going to fight. But now it's Mark Masayo. So now Gary Russell, he ain't sparred in 2 years. He got to get ready. You feel me? He got to get in tip-top condition in about 4 weeks of time. So Gary Russell do what he got to do. And I believe he probably hurt his shoulder because he got to ramp it up. And you know what I'm saying? He don't have time to have a 12 or 8 week training camp, a 10-week training camp, or, you know, whatever. He don't have time to ease his way back in. He got to go from 0 to 100 just like that. Because if he don't, they're going to strip him of his title. Okay, Gary ain't complaining. He ain't complaining about shit. He went and did what he had to do, right? But we say, now we see, okay, we seen that they took the belt from him because that's what they wanted, right? They set him up anyway because, like I said, what happened to Ray Vargas? Ray Vargas was out for over 2 years, just like you was. Y'all on an even playing field, but they ain't want Gary Russell to wait for Ray Vargas or fight Ray Vargas. They didn't want that because that means you giving Gary Russell a fighter that's on the even playing field with you. They want to put Gary Russell in the ring, right, with somebody that's been active, that's been fighting. They're trying to catch Gary Russell off guard. I talked to Batman. He said, man, they trying to catch Gary Russell off guard. That's what they trying to do, right? And they already had the outcome already. The outcome was already said and done before Gary Russell stepped in that ring. You feel what I'm saying? Now, all of a sudden, Ray Vargas, he couldn't fight Gary Russell, but now all of a sudden, they're mandating Ray Vargas and Mark Masayo all of a sudden. They already mandated Ray Vargas and Mark Masayo. And my man Fred, I'm watching Fred video, and he brought up a good point. He says, look at the difference, how they do Gary Russell, and then go and look at Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz ain't fought at 126 pounds in years. Since 2019, he ain't fought at 126 pounds, right? They let Leo Santa Cruz move up to 130, take 2 fights at 130, and still keep his belt at 126. Still keep his belt. Leo Santa Cruz has a fight coming up against Carvajal. He still ain't fighting at 126, but he still has a belt at 126. They sent Leo Santa Cruz a letter. Dear Leo, we would just want to know, are you going to fight at 126, dear Leo? We just want to know from you what you want to do. Would you like to keep your belt at 126 pounds, Leo? Dear Leo, they writing him a letter asking him, we just want to know what you want to do. Are you going to ever come back to 126 pounds? Look at who Leo fighting. He fighting Keenan Carvajal. He still don't got to defend his title, but he gets to keep his belt at 126. But Gary Russell, they call him out of the blue. But you know what, Gary? We know we were supposed to give you a fight when you was ready and prepared months and months ago with Ray Vargas, and that shit just disappeared. But you got to get up right now and go from 0 to 100 and get to training right now, and you got to fight Mark Messiah. Y'all think it might have something to do with him getting hurt in training? Come on now. Like, and this shit is just ridiculous. And then you got motherfuckers out here making videos talking about, well, Gary put himself in that position and then this, and that. How he put himself in that position? He couldn't get a fight. He was supposed to fight Ray Vargas months ago, and that shit disappeared. So how Gary put himself in a position when this man been the champion for 7 years and ain't none of these dudes want to fight him? How are you a champion and nobody wants to fight you? Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. So, you know, this shit is just ridiculous, man. Dwayne Freeman, and now, and like I said, they're gonna put Leo Santa the next play. Like I said, they're making Ray Vargas the winner between, I think it's whoever Ray Vargas is fighting. They're gonna have Ray Vargas fight Mexayo next, right? And then they're gonna put Leo Santa Cruz right in that position to fight whoever got the belt. But the whole time, for all these 7 years, Leo Santa Cruz ain't come nowhere near Gary Russell. Soon as Gary Russell's gone, Leo Santa Cruz, oh yeah, I'm gonna move back down to 126. Come on, we see what's popping. Dwayne, man, go ahead and cook on this situation.
I mean, I already seen it when Gary lost the belt.
We can't hardly hear you. I can hardly hear you.
Oh shit! Can you hear me now?
Huh?
Can you hear me now?
A little bit, bro. You real low.
Hold on one second. You go ahead and go to coach. I'm gonna switch my mic.
Okay, coach, man, cook on this situation a little bit, coach.
Yeah, I think it's you know, they know Gary knew the play going in. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew what's been going on. Batman and told us and all of this shit, but you know, Gary shouldn't have fought injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he got to feed his family and everything, but they could have postponed the fight. You know, till his shoulder either the inflammation or whatever the problem was went down. You know, he knew what they've been trying to do for years. It's not like it's secret or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he fought a great fight with one hand. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, he know the play. He know how the politics of this shit is. He know what they wanted to do with him forever. You know, and because Gary speaks up a lot, they look at that shit as a threat. You know what I'm saying? Because Garrett, he keep everything real. He tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? So they don't like that shit. They want you to be quiet and just fight. You know, like basketball, shut up and dribble. You know what I'm saying? Well, he not that type of cat. He a real dude who say what he got to say.
Well, we talking about the PBC. Al Heyman behind all this. Let's just keep it 100, Coach. Al Heyman behind all this.
Hey, I ain't saying Al Heyman is infallible. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker got issues too. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, Garrett done spoke up so much. You know, they trying to, and it ain't just Al Heyman. You got to look at the WBC. Also, you know, WBC want as many Hispanic fighters to have control of the reins as they can. You know what I'm saying? Or that's why Ray Vargas is gonna get a shot. You know, they didn't order him to fight Gary Russell. They ain't drop him in the rankings and say, well, you know what, we're gonna move the next guy up. It is what it is, bro. I mean, Gary eyes was wide open going in there and taking that fight. You know, now should Gary have had a rematch clause in the contract? That's what he should have said. He should have fucking said, you know what? I know I'm injured. I'm not signing this fucking contract until y'all put a rematch clause in it. See what I'm saying? So you know what the play, especially when you.
That's what got me. I'm like, why they ain't have a rematch clause in that bitch? Like, that's what I'm like, what's going on? And how is Al Heyman advising you and you don't have a rematch clause in the contract?
Hey, bro, he probably did advise.
If Al Heyman is your advisor, he is not supposed to let you sign no contract without a rematch clause in it. And I wish, you know what I'm saying, Batman was around, because I would really, really like to ask Batman, how Gary take this fight? No, you know what I'm saying, with all of these circumstances, right, that he was dealing with no rematch clause.
I mean, it ain't even that. It ain't even about advising.
It is about that, because if I'm advising you, I'm supposed to do what's best for my fighter. What's in the best interest of you.
Messiah is his fighter too. So my whole thing is, you got to have some common sense, especially knowing you going into this fight injured. You got to have some common sense. You're not just gonna fucking just listen to everything somebody tell you. You got to have some good fucking sense, because I know what the play is. I know what they're trying to do to me. They've been trying to do this shit for years. Nigga, I want a rematch clause. I'm not fucking going to this shit blind. Nigga, I see what y'all trying to do.
Like I said, I can't speculate. I wonder why it wasn't a rematch clause. But I would like to talk to Batman to really find out why it wasn't no rematch clause in there. Because at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, Coach, and I agree. But was it Al Heyman and them like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Nah, it ain't no rematch. You got to fight him and you got to move on, because
you can't do that.
Well, hold on, because this is your mandatory. We don't know what they can do. These motherfuckers can do whatever they want to do, Coach. They've been doing it.
I know what they can't do.
They can't do that.
I know what they can't do.
Whatever they want to do.
I know what they can't do, Keon. I know what they can't do. They can't fucking melt me and put me in that fucking ring if I don't want to go, if shit ain't right.
And then they can strip you of your title.
You gonna strip me of my title? I'm gonna expose everything. Y'all wouldn't sign a fucking rematch clause. Fuck it.
Okay.
You gotta stand on something or fall for anything. Fuck, it is what it is. You can't. If then that's when you take their fucking ass to court. That's when you do that, because they don't want. This is a negotiation when I go to the fucking contract table. It's a negotiation. I want a rematch clause, especially if I can see. It's like this. It's like I watch these fucking Don
Williams says mandatories don't have clauses.
Bullshit. You can put anything in a contract. That's bullshit.
But like I said, you said something earlier, Coach. I said you gotta, you know what I'm saying? If you are his advisor, you have to look out for him. And you said, well, he's Mark Messiah, his fighter too.
Yeah.
So so who are they favoring? Let's not act like we don't know that they was favoring Mark.
Gary knew that too, though.
Gary Russell with that belt in the first place. So,
he knew that too. Gary know that shit too.
Yeah. So what
So
makes
you gotta
think,
protect yourself, just like in the ring. Protect
so
yourself
what
at
makes
all
you
times.
think that Gary, right? Because we just assuming shit. We don't know if Gary was asking for a rematch clause and they said, hey, nah, it ain't gonna be no rematch clause. Because you need to go fight him, and then we got the next opponent lined up for you. They could have told that man anything. We're not putting no rematch because it's no rematch clause. And then he say, and I hear what you're saying, coach, because then he says, okay, I'm not fighting if y'all ain't putting no rematch clause. Okay, we're gonna strip you of the title. You ain't fought in 2 years, and you go and okay, now you saying, okay, well, he could have took him to court. Well, now you sitting out for fucking 2 more years. Trying to fight this man in the court because he refused to put a rematch clause.
Well, guess what? This is how this shit go. Well, you treating me different than you treating Leo Santa Cruz, because one fucking thing, that motherfucker ain't. He still got a title in this weight division. Ain't fought in over 3 years, but you're not stripping him. You understand? So there's a fucking there's repercussions for everything you do. My whole point is I don't know the whole story. I hope Batman come on here so we can get the whole story. But it's ultimately up to the fighter to sign. He got to sign shit, right? He got to see what the fuck he wanted. That's why you go to the negotiation tables when you fucking make fights. You go to negotiate. This is what I want. This is what you want. Okay, I can oblige. Or no, I can't do that. We got to come to some type of agreement. Especially when I know I'm not all the way fucking healthy.
I really want to get down to the bottom of this. I'm gonna try to call Batman real quick because I really want to find Batman.
There go John right there. There you go. There you go.
I'm dropping it. I'm gonna send you the link right now to your email back, and I want you to come on here because this is a question that we need to get down to the bottom of. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me send back this. If you could come on here, you know what I'm saying? I'm sending you this link right now. I just sent it to your email because we can speculate all day, but
right. I want to know what happened. You know
I want to really know. You feel me? I really want to know, so we can get down to the bottom of what really went on.
You know the fucking play is in for you. You know that already. It ain't. It's like
Joe Jack says facts. Keon spending right $100,000 in court fees before the case start ain't cool. Right.
Of course
so
it's not.
But just sit around like, man, he could have took him to court. Man, that shit take money. It take time. It's you know.
It does. It does. But the thing is this: you haven't seen anybody take PBC or one of these sanctioning bodies to court. So my thing is this, bro. You know what the play is. It's like in a mafia movie, right? You get a call late at night. The boss want to see you, and you go up in there and you don't have pole with you, and these motherfuckers knock your head off. Well, you knew what the play was. You knew you done screwed up some kind of way. These motherfuckers want to knock your motherfucking brains out. It's the same shit. You got to fucking protect yourself at all times, just like in a boxing match. You got to start being able to think. You know what I'm saying? You got to say, man, this shit, something ain't right about this shit. And knowing I'm injured. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, bro. You gotta be aware of what the fuck is going on. You know what the play is. They've been trying to get rid of you. You know? So that's my thing, bro. You gotta I just want to know why he didn't have a rematch clause up in there. That's my
Batman right here. Here go Batman right here. Hold on. Bat.
Yo.
I know you just got in the building. But we trying to figure out, you know, why didn't Gary Russell have a rematch clause in the contract?
Man, you know, the only person to because it was a mandatory for real, but he could have still got it. But the only person that be doing that shit be getting their fighters their rematch clause is Eddie Hearn.
So I'm saying, but why didn't he have a rematch? Why did he say, okay, I'm not fighting this kid unless y'all put a rematch clause in, especially with all the circumstances?
He signed the contract before he got hurt.
But you still want a rematch clause to cover yourself.
Yeah, but you know, PBC don't be, you know what I'm saying, doing that shit for their fighters. I mean, if you go back and look at the PBC, all their fighters, they don't do rematch clauses. The only person that got a rematch, the only time they do put rematch clauses in is when it's a voluntary fight. But when the mandatory come up, they don't put the rematch clause in. But Eddie Hearn do it for all his fighters.
So let me ask you: could Gary Russell have got a rematch clause?
I mean, most definitely. If
So
motherfucker somebody was on his team was knowledgeable of the situation, fuck yeah.
Okay, so coach is right. So basically, what coach said, that's why I want to get down to the bottom line, and we didn't have to speculate. So what coach is saying is right. Is Gary Russell been knowing that they've been trying to get that belt away from him? He also knowing that he been out of the ring for 2 years. He knowing all the circumstances surrounding. So it's on him that he didn't ask for a rematch clause, because knowing all of that, anything can happen in boxing.
Yeah, right? but you got to look at it. He signed the contract before he was hurt.
But we talking about all of the other circumstances. Hurt don't have nothing to do with it.
I mean, he ain't have a rematch clause in none of his fights. So,
well, that's not a good idea. Just like this, you had AJ and Ruiz, Andy Ruiz. AJ makes sure, and he the champion. And
but
Andy Ruiz was mandatory.
That was a voluntary though. See, if you got a voluntary fight, you can put.
Oh, that wasn't a voluntary.
No,
that wasn't a voluntary.
Yes, he was.
That was his mandatory.
Huh?
Nah,
Andy Ruiz was his mandatory.
Andy Ruiz was a voluntary. It was a replacement opponent for Big Baby Gerald.
What about
which time was his mandatory? Usyk. That's why.
Right. Usyk was his mandatory, but he got a rematch clause put up in there.
I tell you, Eddie Hearn. This the good thing about Eddie Hearn, dog. He makes sure his fighters are well protected.
So let me ask you this, Batman. This is what I'm saying. If you know that Al Heyman is not looking out for you, he ain't been looking out for you.
Man. Right? Then I just said, why at the beginning, and I ain't even tried to diss my brothers, but y'all ain't catch it. If they had somebody that was knowledgeable on the team, you know, it would have got caught. But you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I won't be trying.
But you have that much sense to know, okay, you know, I've been out the ring for 2 years. I'm going through, you know, issues with my pops and everything. I'm gonna put a rematch clause in this. I'm gonna go to Al Heyman. I'm gonna tell him, hey, I need a rematch clause in this contract, or I'm not finna fight. You know, y'all got to put a rematch clause in here, because I know anything can happen. I know that they trying to take the so I damn near know that I got to knock this kid out to get a win anyway. So I need a rematch clause in case they try to do some sucker shit.
Man, if I was there, if I was in the camp when he got hurt, see me, this is what I would have did.
That shit would have got postponed. Fuck that.
Nope. It wouldn't even got postponed. I'd have got my brother paid. We'd have went on some scam shit. I would have told him, don't say nothing about your injury, and when you get hurt, make sure you get hurt within them 4 rounds. You still get fucking paid, and you still get to keep your belt. But you know,
he could have did that. He when he got hurt in the 3rd round, he could have told the ref, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to. I can't continue."
That's why I come in at. I'd have told him before the fucking fight, if you hurt this motherfucking arm, just say you can't. Which come? They got it. Which come? They can't take your belt. But you know,
right,
man. Sometimes, man, and I'm gonna say this, like sometimes people think, no, they got it all.
He got a lot of money.
They got it all and can't rely on the people around them. Then you know what I'm saying?
Garrett got that motherfucker can't beat me anyway attitude. Well, you know, fighting with one hand, you know he gonna if you fight with one hand, you know he gonna be the aggressor and how it's gonna look. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of shit.
But niggas say somebody on his team said he was a bum. This is what they try and use. it showed he was a bum. You couldn't really put pressure or stop or hurt a one-armed guy.
Right. But the point is, judges gonna see it. If the fight close, you know where it's.
No, I ain't talking about the judges, coach. I'm talking about these dudes on his YouTube shit keep saying, oh, some part of his team said he was a bum. It was proven he was a bum. Look, no, he was a so-called killer. Everybody that did a what's calm about him said Gary Russell was going to get TKO.
Man, I knew that wasn't gonna happen. See, and another thing, you gotta look at who fighter that is. Gotta look at who fighter that is. Who they trying to big up. Who they trying to
Pacquiao fighter.
Right.
They trying to get that money. I knew what it was. Man, the first day in the gym. When I got in the gym, I said, Slim, we not letting them do this. We know what they trying to do. So you gotta work your ass off.
Now, with him having to go to 0 to 100 because we know he be in the gym all the time, right? But that's not training camp. So he get the call, all of a sudden, he got to, you know what I'm saying, get in training camp, get prepared out of nowhere. That shit could have aided him getting hurt. That shit could have been, you know, one of the reasons he got hurt.
Nah, I mean, Slim.
When you in the gym all the time, though, you keep your weight and you keep your sharpness.
But he hadn't sparred in I know Batman said he hadn't sparred in over 2 years.
Since the Clean Tub fight, but that ain't what happened, Key. He was already slightly the joint come from the Olympics.
Yeah.
He never got surgery. They were trying to get his career going because the doctor told him if you build muscle around the joint, it should be all right. And that's what he did. But if it was my son, if it was me, see, I can't control that part. I'd have got him did it earlier because you younger. You're going to heal faster. I'd have did it earlier. But it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not my place.
Yeah, now you in the bad place. Let me read this super chat from my man Zenith in the building. He said Spence versus Danny, Thurman versus Porter, and other Mandos had no rematch clause. Per the rules, it's not supposed to. Hearn just started that with other sanctioners. He said Gary should have requested to postpone.
Yep. That's what I say.
Man, Gary should have fucking faked his. He should have hurt his injury. When he got hurt, he should have said, fuck it, I'm hurt. That's what Gary should have did. He would have kept his belt and he would have got paid.
Yeah, and salute to Phil J508 in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah, True Culture, what's happening with it? So man, it is what it is. Let me get this super chat from Zenith. Zenith says Usyk was mandatory and got much more than the mandatory split in negotiations, which is why he allowed a rematch clause. So unless the event makes enough to pay extra, most Mandos have no rematch.
Yeah. Don't know Mandos got rematches, but like you said, Eddie Hearn must have paid for him to get a rematch. But like I said, that's what Eddie Hearn do for his fighters.
And Sheena, the Queen Sheena in the building. Salute.
Hey Sheena.
What's up, Sheena?
Hey, let me get this charge right quick.
Yep. We finna cook on Gary Antuanne. So check this out, y'all. Gary Antuanne Russell, right? We all know that Devin Haney came out with a tweet and he was laughing at Gary Russell, saying that you got beat up by a bum. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Cap got beat up by a bum. Ha. He thought the shit was funny. Okay, cool. That's all good. You know, they didn't have their back and forth in the past. So that's cool. But Gary Antuanne Russell, you know what I'm saying? He didn't feel like that shit was too cool. And Gary Antuanne Russell said, you know what? This bitch running his mouth, I got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I got a problem with it. So, matter of fact, he said that he coming up to 140. He coming up to 140 pounds. and he got to see me. I'm going to knock down Victor Posto, and he going to have to fucking see me. And he been on Devin Haney head. Now, my thing is that everybody is wondering, damn, is Devin Haney really going, move up within the next year in the future sometime? And will Devin Haney get in there and bang with Gary Antuanne? Because we know that Devin Haney is talked about for being the most duck fighter at 135 pounds. Devin Haney is willing to get in the ring with any and everybody, right, in his weight division. He even said when he would move up to 140, he wants to smoke with everybody. That's been their motto. Ever since, Devin Haney started becoming the name, their motto is we don't care who it is. We don't have no plan. Bill Haney says this all the time. We don't have a plan for Devin Haney because Devin Haney is better than everybody. Our plan is to fight the best and beat them all. We don't have to strategically move Devin Haney like Tank Davis because we that good. That's the type of energy that Bill be on. So I said, okay, I like that. That's why I love Devin Haney. That's why I fuck with Bill, and the shit that he be on because of how they've been moving. So I said, okay, now that we got Antuanne Russell calling them out, I want them to uphold that same energy. They have to uphold that same energy because you can't go up to 140 and say, well, Gary Russell, he ain't got a big enough name. Gary Russell, he ain't this and I'm not saying that they're going to do that, but I'm saying you can't go up there and do that because now you're going against what your whole career was built on, right? Because everybody been doing that to Devin Haney. You can't so when he go to 140, he has to keep the same energy. They got to keep the same energy. So when they go to 140, Mr. Gary Antuanne Russell, there ain't no Mr. in front of it, just Gary Antuanne Russell wants to welcome him to the division. And Gary Antuanne Russell has Victor Postol next. If he goes and destroys Victor Postol, like I'm expecting him to do, first of all, that's gonna be real loud because you go, ain't nobody destroying Victor Postol. Ain't nobody ever destroyed Victor Postol.
He gonna destroy Victor Postol.
Hold on, let me finish, coach, and I'm gonna pass it to you. Ain't nobody never destroyed Victor Postol. Terrence Crawford got in the ring and he outboxed Victor Postol, right? He outboxed him. My man Josh Taylor got in the ring and he outboxed Victor Postol. It was a close fight. He outboxed Victor Postol, right? And then Victor Postol lost to Ramirez, and that fight was close. A lot of people thought Victor Postol beat Ramirez. I actually had Victor Postol edging that fight out. You feel me? Go back and watch the Jose Ramirez and Victor Postol fight. I had Victor Postol edging that fight out. So where I'm getting at is Victor Postol ain't no walk in the park. And if Gary Antuanne Russell can go and destroy Victor Postol, that's something. That's saying something. And I guarantee you that Gary Antuanne Russell, he's going to get in on that mic and he's going to let everybody know, Devin Haney, bring your ass. Devin Haney, you should have kept your mouth shut. Now I want to see you. I want to see you because that's how he feel about the situation. If you thought this shit was funny, right? Seeing my brother get robbed when that man got in there and fought almost 12 rounds with one arm. Well, I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of you. That's how this is how Gary Antuanne Russell feel about the situation. So in return, we need to see Devin Haney and his whole camp keep that same energy because, like I said, I fuck with Devin because they willing to fight anybody. And I want them to be willing to fight Gary Antuanne Russell when they move up to 140. And they said, right, if they don't get the George Kambosos fight, they go into 140. if they don't get, I hope they do get the George Kambosos fight. I hope that Devin Haney gets the George Kambosos fight. I got him beating George Kambosos and becoming undisputed at 135. But if that don't happen, he already got some smoke waiting for him, so he don't have to worry about nobody else ducking him, right? When he moved to 140. When he moved to 140, he don't have to worry about getting ducked because you got a great fight right there. Let's make it happen. Now, Coach, I'm going to go to you first.
First of all, that fight ain't going to happen no time soon. That's number one. Number two, if Devin get the Kambosos fight, he still got plenty of fights at 135. Because you still got Lomachenko, you still got Tank, you still got them fucking crying little girly man, Ryan Garcia. So he not moving up there no time soon. I can tell you that right now. Now Bill and them responded and said, shit, we'll fight him. Ain't no big deal. I think it's a great fight. I think it's a great fight. That's what I think.
Let me say something, because you putting words in their mouth that they didn't say, because Devin Haney and Bill, they said that if they don't get the George Kambosos fight, they looking to move to 140. So we ain't gonna change that now. We can't all of a sudden that we got Antuanne Russell saying that I'll be waiting for you soon as you move up. We can't change and go back and say, well, nah, Devin wants to stay at 135 and he got a whole bunch of fights and to defend his type, because he didn't say that. He said he wanted to move to 140.
Okay. If he move
let's
up.
address the matter at hand. Huh?
Well, if he move up, make the fight. Fuck. I think it's a great fight. I want to see it. I think it's a great fucking fight. I want to see it. You know, I'm not complaining about it. I'm not gonna say who gonna win the fight. I think it's a great fight. I like both fighters a lot. I think it's a great fight. Now, you know, I think that Gary Antoine got he's stronger than Devin for sure. You know, I think if he could get inside with his legs, because he quick as shit, he can do some damage. But if Devin could keep him on the outside all night, it's a problem. That's all I'm saying. It's a great fight, bro. It's a good look. You know, I think that after Gary Antoine beat the shit out of Victor Postal, who's, you know, I'm not making no excuses. Victor Postal getting older. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, but he's still in, I guess he's still in his prime. I don't know. But if that's gonna put his name on the map for sure by beating Victor Postal, I think it's a great fight. If they can make that fight when Devin move up, fuck, make the fight. There ain't no problem. Shit, I ain't complaining on whoever win. I don't care. I just want to get it in, just like I do with Bud and fucking Arrow. I could care less who win. Right. I just see the fight.
Let me read this super chat real quick. Zen360 said Hearn didn't get Brook, Farmer, or Hooker rematches. Yeah, that's a fact. But so check this out though, right? I just want to address this comment from Fat Cat Showdown Boxing. He says, honestly, that would be stupid when Dev can move up and fight Josh Taylor. Well, see, this is the thing, right? When you got, I'm a fan of Devin. I'm a big fan. I fuck with Devin heavy. But when you got certain fight fans, that's fans of a certain fighter, they start backtracking and saying, oh, we ain't never heard nobody say, oh, that would be stupid for Devin to do, until Gary Antuanne Russell name came up, right? Now you saying he can move up and fight Josh Taylor. What makes you think that Devin can move up and fight Josh Taylor?
He can make himself mandatory.
Josh Taylor ain't never said nothing about fighting no Devin Haney, and he can't make himself a mandatory because you can't move up if you the WBC champ and make yourself the mandatory right off the rip. That's not how it works, Coach.
He can't, so he can't move up. Fight. Can't get the fight.
He cannot move up and fight Josh Taylor right off the rip unless Josh Taylor say, you know what? You know, I heard Devin Haney moving up. I want to fight Devin Haney. And I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Nah, Josh Taylor going to be gone, man. Josh Taylor about to move to 147. He ain't staying there.
So, I mean, you see how these dudes do. That's what I'm saying. I agree with what you said, Coach. I'm not saying that Devin Haney is going to duck Antuanne Russell. All I'm saying is they got to keep the same energy, right? I listened to Bill talk, and Bill said, hey, he said, if when we move up, Bill, this and then I'm saying what Bill said. Bill said, we respect the Russells. We think that they're great fighters, and when we move up, we don't have no problem with giving Mr. Gary and Antuanne Russell a fight, giving him an opportunity. That's what they said. He said an opportunity, right? We don't have no problem giving him the opportunity to get in the ring with us. This is what Bill said. So Bill, they ain't, what I'm saying? Listening to Bill, they're not giving me a vibe that they're gonna duck, that they don't want no parts of Gary Antuanne Russell, right? I'm hearing certain fans backtrack and say, well, why would that make sense? The fight don't make sense. This, and that. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear Bill Haney say that. I heard Bill Haney talk about the situation with a cool, calm head, and he was just like, hey, we respect him. We'll, you know what I'm saying? We'll get him the opportunity if we go to 140. All I'm saying is that I want the fans, Devin Haney, I want all of them to keep the same energy. What's wrong with me saying that I expect them to keep the same energy? Because they have always kept that type of energy when it came to fight anybody. Devin's motto is I'll fight anybody, anywhere, any day, anytime, as long as they the top. I'm willing to put my skills up against your skills. Great fight.
What Gary Antuanne is rank right now?
Huh?
How high he is, Bat?
Well, he's gonna be real high when he beat Victor Postal.
He ain't even ranked. They just took. He was ranked high in the WBA, but he ain't even ranked like on the joint. But that don't matter. he about to fight the number 5th ranked fighter. And what's his name?
Victor Postal.
Victor Postal.
And if he stopped Victor Postal ain't never been stopped. So that's the thing. If he stopped Victor Postal, hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. He stopped Victor Postal. They gonna have to put him high up on the rankings. Now, Fat Cat Showdown Boxing says not backtracking because I don't even like Dev. He has the belt. Yes, he can move up and challenge to be mandatory. He can challenge to be mandatory, but he can't move up and become his mandatory Fat Cat. That's what I'm saying. That's all I was saying.
Right.
But I fuck with Devin. I fuck with Devin heavy. You know what I'm saying? Batman. Let me what you got on this situation, man, with your brother.
Oh man, ever since I went on Blue Blood and put that out there, right? There's a lot of people that's trying to do damage control for Devin Haney. I ain't lying. Now they use my brother. Now certain people use my brother against Boots. Now
I don't understand what damage control. He said what he said. Fuck. That's a grown fucking man. Devin old enough to say what the fuck he want to say. If he said
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when I said what I said about my little brother wanting to see him. Well, now everybody is using Gary Antuanne. They never said nothing about Gary Antuanne. Ain't none of these channels never said nothing about Gary Antuanne, but said one channel, probably 1 or 2 channels, Money Brown and Keon. I'm talking about for like consistent. But now niggas want to use my brother name when it fits their narrative. Cause I came on Blue Blood and said Gary Antuanne want to fight Devin Haney. But when I'm on Blue Blood, I'm on there with Mickey Bay. I fuck with Mickey Bay. Mickey Bay a real one. So Mickey Bay talking about Dev when I first come on there, talk how highly he talk Dev. But when I said Gary Antuanne Russell name, it's like we'll fight him, but they don't have that same energy. They don't have that energy. Like, yeah, man, they haven't smashed him like they did with Gary Russell Jr.
So what you saying is that you got certain people coming out and you know what I'm saying? Because elaborate on it. You said you seeing people come out now and they trying to deflect Gary Antuanne off of Devin Haney and trying to talk about Gary and Boots.
Yeah.
But they don't fight in the same weight division. So how is that?
Neither one of them. Gary don't fight in the same way.
The thing is that he said that he moving up to 140.
Coach. No. Gary Antuanne called out Devin Haney. He never said nothing about Boots. He never called out Boots. So why are you trying to deflect him? Why are you trying to deflect him? Y'all ain't hear what I said? Ever since I said Gary Antuanne Russell want to fight Devin Haney, niggas are deflecting.
I want to see it. Fuck that.
Nah, I'm just keeping it real. Niggas are deflecting.
Fight. I don't give a fuck.
You know what I'm saying? My homie BFTB, come do his joint. Mr. Gary Russell. No, Mr. Gary Russell criticized Devin Haney for going 12 rounds with Gamboa. That's washed up. They said it's the same. That ain't the same. When he had a good fight against Linares, Gary Russell never said nothing about him no more. Because he proved himself that, he could go.
But why he didn't come out and say he fought a good fight? If you're gonna talk about him doing bad fights.
What?
Why he ain't come out and say he fought a good fight?
I ain't say nothing about you.
Right, but when he come out Gamboa, he talk about
because that was at the break of the moment when we was going through it with the thing.
Read the comment on the screen and reply to Marcus with what he said.
Man, that man way better than Devin Haney, man.
Man, I ain't saying that shit bad.
No, I'm saying it. You ain't saying
no way better. Ain't no way better. Ain't no way better. You know who I want to see Gary Antuanne fight? You know who I want to see him fight? You know who I want to see him fight?
I want to see him fight Regis too. But
yeah.
We got business here. We got real business here. But
that's who I want. That's who I want to see him fight.
But I got a whole video. And I ain't even stressed this. I got a whole video that BFTB took down when the nigga said fuck my whole dad family when my little brother died. I'm talking about Bill Haney. So this shit real. We try to get Devin to move on up. Cause if JoJo Diaz can catch up with him, you telling me he's gonna stand on the outside with Gary Antuanne Russell the whole night?
I ain't say that. I just want to see the fight. I could care less.
He can't punch. He can't punch. So I know what my little brother gonna do.
Yeah, you right. Hey, bro. Everybody.
So, Coach, let me ask you a question, Coach.
Yeah.
Is you know boxing, Coach? Let's keep it 100, right? And I want your honest opinion, right? Is that a good stylistic matchup for Devin Haney moving up to 140?
I don't know if it's a good stylistic matchup with him not punching as hard as he does. I think it's a very risky fight, and I think that he got to get a lot stronger if he gonna fuck with Antuanne at 140. I think he got to get a lot stronger if he gonna fuck with somebody like Regis at 140. If he fuck with Josh Taylor at 140, he got to get a lot stronger because those guys are probably more or just as skilled as the people at 135 right now, but they are a lot stronger and they hit a lot harder. So he ain't gonna be taking those shots like he took against Linares and just walking back to the corner. Shit ain't happening. He get caught with that shit from one of them boys, he gonna hit the fucking deck. Like I said, I got Devin Haney over everybody at 135. I didn't say shit about 140.
Hey, Drake Mo Water said he don't think that Team Haney will take the fight. Well, like I said, man, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you. I cannot sit up here and tell you that Devin Haney and Bill Haney and their team won't take the fight because their motto is shit. We'll fight any and everybody. If you think you the best, we think we better, so we want that smoke. And if this fight gets big enough and it's talked out, it is talked about. To me, I'm telling y'all that they have to keep the same energy. It ain't no excuses. It ain't well, he only fought Victor Posto. It ain't none of that. No, you got to take that fight or you duck it. That's just how I'm coming with it. Because if we are putting, myself included, right? If we are all putting Devin Haney on the pedestal and saying, man, everybody ducking Devin Haney. Don't nobody want that smoke with Devin Haney
at 135.
But hold on. Even when Devin Haney has talked about moving up to 140, you didn't hear nobody saying, "Oh, well, if he come to 140 pounds, I want to smoke with Devin." You never heard nobody say that. And Gary Antuanne Russell is the only one that's saying, "Okay, you talking about coming to 140? Well, you got to see me now. You ran your fucking mouth. Now you got to see me." So all I'm saying is that when they move up there, they have to keep the same energy. That's it.
But listen, ain't nobody say nothing. Everybody talking about him calling out Devin. But ain't nobody saying nothing about Devin calling out Gary when he was at 126.
Right. Well, Let's talk about it.
Well, that shit happened. They was going back and forth.
No.
I know Devin started the shit. I know he started the shit.
But now we starting something. Now let's see if you gonna buck up and come on do it. All that shit, Slim. They acting passive aggressive. I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, Bill Haney, he acted passive aggressive. They wasn't the same Bill Haney that be talking that shit.
Yeah, well, that's a different monster they dealing with right there.
Yeah, when I was on there with Mickey Bay, when I said what I said, and I told Mickey Bay that he said he ain't gonna knock him out, he gonna make him quit. Mickey Bay acted passive aggressive. Oh, that's a good fight, you know, that's a good fight. Hey man, come on, man. I'm just saying, man, act the same towards every fighter.
And let me get some of these super chats in. My man, what's happening? Emmanuel H. He changed his to A1 Hoop Zone. What's happening with it? He says salute panel. He says cop content and fire panel every day. He says I think he meant to say dope content and fire panel every day. He says I think I'll be back tomorrow. He said dope. He said the show. Yeah, man, what's happening with it, man? And then we got my man Jerome Hall. He says Devin Haney better keep the same energy. Now he has an elite fighter saying he wants that work and will beat the shit out of him, KO style. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. And then we got Picasso, my man Picasso in the building. He says now they want Antuanne to fight Boots and Regis instead of Haney. Did y'all ask Haney to fight Boots and Regis? He says where that energy you had with Gary. Gary with Gary Russell Jr.
Who is he talking about saying that?
No, he's saying this is the thing. And now I'm gonna let you go back. This is the thing. What they saying is that when Devin Haney was calling out Gary Russell, everybody, Gary Russell, his bitch ass, he's scared. He needs to move up to 135. He ran his mouth. Now he needs to move up to 135 because he got Devin Haney calling him out. Niggas had big energy for that shit. They had big energy for 5'4" Gary Russell at 126 pounds to move all the way up to 135, right? They was on his motherfucking helmet, right? Now, we need to see that same energy towards Devin Haney, who already said, hey, I'm struggling making 135. If I don't get the fight with Kambosos, I'm going to 140 because I'm going to be much stronger. This is what they said. I'm going to be much stronger at 140 because I'm too big for the weight. I'm big. I've grown the weight division. This is what they said. They talked about moving up to 140. So now we got another killer that's like, okay, bet. You had big energy for my brother. I got big energy for you now. So, and everybody had that big energy for Gary Russell Jr. All we saying is we want to see that same energy for Gary Antuanne Russell. Am I wrong?
Make the fight. That's all I make the fight.
My man Emmanuel A says, yeah, I started my own channel, bro. He says, gonna be okay, basketball. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely will be subbing to your channel. Drop the link in the chat so we can all go sub to it. Emmanuel H. Everybody on here, when Emmanuel H dropped this link, I'm gonna expect everybody to click that link and sub to his channel. Basketball. Most of y'all watch basketball. That's all I'm saying, man. That's the type of energy that we want. You feel me? We want that type of energy.
Hey, bro, we'll see what happens. That's all I know. If he move up to 140, fuck it, make the fight. I want to see it. I want to see who the best. You know. But if that shit don't happen, and Gary Antuanne beat the shit out of Victor Poster like I'm expecting, fuck it. If you can't get his fight, Regis don't have a dance partner, bro. He out there in the cold right now, which is fucked up. He's such a great fighter. I want to see that fight. I want to see who win out these two hard-hitting motherfuckers. I want to see that. You know, I like that shit. I just want to see who the best. Bat, you on mute.
I said, you know, we wanted Regis and Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Regis is a good fight. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Hey Slim, we always fought the best though. You know what I'm saying? If
I
you
ain't
go
never
back and
in my dog. I just want to see the fucking fight. I'm tired of all this bullshit we be getting on the weekends, bro. Fuck, I want to see good fights, man. I don't want to see good fights. I don't give a fuck who win. You understand what I'm saying? They prize fighters on get y'all money and fight. I don't give a fuck. Bro, I don't fall in. Listen, I'm a pull for my homeboy. I like Gary Antuanne, that motherfucker. I like when he fucking toe Boots ass up in the motherfucking twice. You understand? I watched that shit in amateurs. I want to see the best fight the best. I could care less, bro. I just want to see good fucking fights. That's it. I could care less who win. Now, do I have my favorite fighters that I like at certain weights? Yes. I said, like I said before, I got Devin over everybody at 135. Now going up to 140, that's a whole nother animal you got to deal with right there. Because they got some bad motherfuckers at 140. Who gonna push your ass to the limit and might get you out of there. You understand? So my whole thing is that they can make that fucking fight. Make the fight. Gary Antuanne got to get past Postal right now. He do that shit. Fuck, man. I want to see Regis fight. I want to see Gary Antuanne fight. And if Devin move up, I want to see him fight too. I want all these motherfuckers to get in the ring. Shit, find out who the best. Make your own legacy. Make your legacy like nobody. What these young guys don't understand is nobody can remember what Roberto Duran record is right now. I bet you can't just spit off your fucking head right now what his record was.
No,
you can't. I bet you motherfuckers can't just come off the top of their head and say what Tommy Hearn's record was right now. They can't do it, but they know one thing. When them bitches got in the ring, they got it in, and we enjoyed ourselves. That's all that matters. And now these dudes is legends in the Hall of Fame because they fought everybody. They fought the best, and that's all I be saying, bro.
Right. And Mr. Finesse in that super chat, appreciate you coming through, showing love. He says, salute EB. He says they have a saying. He talking about Devin Haney and them that they saying is they say everything but let's fight. He says, well, ain't said let's fight. He said, well, they ain't said let's fight. So now let's see it. I got Russell beat all at 140. And like I said, Devin Haney, I fuck with Devin Haney heavy. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't think that he could beat Gary Antuanne. And so I want to say this, right? That's just my opinion. But I want to say this, right? why is anybody talking about Gary Antuanne and Boots? I'm asking Batman, is Gary Antuanne talking about going up to 147 pounds
Nah,
anytime
not yet.
soon? Huh?
Not
Has
yet.
he ever spoke on to you behind the scenes talking about that he wants to go to 147 anytime soon?
Not soon. He said he's gonna get up there though.
So he ain't never came out.
He say he's going. He say it's the biggest joint he's going to is 154.
Okay, so right now we've never heard Gary Antuanne Russell say nothing about 147 pounds. He ain't even fought for a title at 140, right? And then you got Jerron Boots Ennis that's at seven pounds above him at welterweight, and Jerron Boots Ennis is actually he's trying to fight for a title at welterweight, right?
Yeah.
And so why are we pitting Gary Antuanne Russell with Jerron Boots Ennis? If Gary Antuanne Russell, he still kind of was at the prospect level at 140. He just now getting a shot at a big name at 140 pounds. So I don't know where that came from. Where did that come from?
But we ain't tripping off that. We'll fight Boots at any time. This is what it is. This is what it is. You see, my brother stayed out of him in Gary's situation. Devin and Gary's situation. They stayed out of it. But when I said that shit, the Antuanne, I want to fuck him up. He won which time my brother, you know what I'm saying, went through what he went through. All right, cool. He can see me. I'm just 5 pounds heavier than him. He say he down there playing with the little boys. Come up here with the big boys and play. Stop weight draining yourself. Stop doing all that shit. Come up here 5 more pounds with the big boys and see what you made of. But one thing I know, he can get strong all he wants to. His power punching ability ain't gonna get no better.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Bill already made a promise. Bill already made a promise to Blue Ray. He told him, as soon as we decide to go up to 140, I'm going to get with you. He already said it. I was on the panel with him. He said it.
Let me read these super chats, y'all. Zenith 360 back in that super chat. He says, Haney versus Antuanne, better fight than him versus Mr. Gary. Well, yeah, because you more on the even playing field. They the same size as each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's a better fight because they the same size. You got weight classes at the end of the day for a reason. The GOAT says Boots versus Antuanne will be crazy right now. He says, to be honest. And salute.
I see this dude, Top Dog.
He
said Blue Ray ain't gonna increase his power.
Let me get this other super chat, and then I gotta go back.
I ain't gonna forget what that little jerk off said.
Okay, let me get this, and I got somebody else to address in the super chat. I mean, in the comments too. My man Emmanuel H A1 Hoop Zone. He says, I think a lot of these fighters are obsessed with keeping they O. He says, same of their favorite fighters. He says some of their favorite fighters got an O and still considered a pound for pound. He says the best fighting the best will help their legacy grow, not hinder it. He says, why they all so worried. And like I said, I'm not putting that on Devin Haney because they ain't never showed me no different than wanting to fight the best. But like I said, when it comes to Gary Antuanne, I want to see the same energy when they go to 140 pounds because you already got a big fight right there waiting for you. You feel me? You got a big fight waiting for you. Now Marcus says, hold on, let me read Marcus because Marcus is he's so dead set on that Devin Haney gonna beat the shit out of Gary Antuanne. He says, I'm telling y'all right now, when Haney beat this dude up, I want the whole Russell family to shake Devin and Bill hand and congratulate them with no excuses.
And when Devin get knocked the fuck out, I don't want none of y'all on here talking about, man, y'all push Dev into that fight, man. You know, Dev wasn't ready. Come on, man. This is the first time Dev is going to see eye to eye to another fighter. I mean, an elite one. This is his first time seeing eye to eye. Everybody else he gotta look down to. This is his first time gonna look eye to eye. And he gonna get fucked up. Straight up. Go look at the young man, man. The young man don't care if you can punch hard or nothing. He's still gonna be in your chest. He's still gonna be in your chest. He can out, and then that's the thing about it. He can box, but he don't like to do it. Come on, man. Y'all crazy. You crazy.
I think it's a chess match myself. I think it's gonna be a chess match, and we'll find out. But I want to address this top dog character. Talking about
and y'all, and before you address him, y'all hit my like button, right? Everybody in the building, if you ain't hit the like button, smash the like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit the like button. I don't understand why we got all these people and they refuse to hit the like button. Smash on the like button. That's it. That's all. Hit the like button. Go ahead, coach.
He talking about you can't increase punching power. I want to know, when was the last time Errol Spence knocked somebody out and stopped them? Well, it happened the last time he had Blu-ray and he was on what, 11 knockout streak, 11 people knockout streak or some shit like that. So yes, you can increase by increasing his punching power if he got the right strength and conditioning coach. So what he's saying is bullshit. Like I said, I want to see the fight. I don't care. Long as these motherfuckers get in the ring and fight. Gary Antuanne, I like him, and I like Dev. So may the best man win. I hope they make this motherfucking fight. If they ain't got no dance part, if he can't get the Kambosos fight, he talking about moving up, fuck it, make the fight. I want to see it.
I gotta say this because Tay Jones, he says that ain't no good fight for Devin right now. Now, and I'm not talking about you, Tay, but it's a whole lot of people, right? They running and they saying that Devin.
Fuck that.
Hold on. They saying that Devin Haney is the best fighter at 135. They say that he better than Tank. They say that he better than Kambosos. They say that he better than Teofimo Lopez. They say that he better than Vasil Lomachenko. He's better than all these fighters at 135. He's better than all of them. They saying that Devin Haney will get in there and he'll beat everybody ass at 135. Now, them names that I named, them some killers that I just named, right? So my thing, Pac-Man, my thing is this, and I'm not saying you saying this, but because I don't know how you feel on this situation, but I'm saying if those same people are saying that, well, from that standpoint, Devin Haney and Antuanne Russell at 140, that's a great fight. Because right. Devin, from Bill and Devin, they saying that they're going to even be better at 140 pounds because they're not going to be weight drained. So that's going to make them even better. So with that being said, to me, it's a great fight. It don't get no better than that.
Well, like I said, he talking about he don't want to see that fight right now. I don't know how these people get so invested in people they don't know. You know what I'm saying? If he move up to 140, then who he gonna fight? Fuck it, make the fight. You can't melt and pour all these 135s in the fucking ring with him. So all these motherfuckers, Ryan Garcia back out the fucking fight. He was a mandatory. You couldn't get him to fucking Teofimo to fucking unify with him. Now if George Kambosos is back out, he ain't gonna unify. Fucking Lomachenko don't want no smoke. The fuck? Move up. There you move up. Fight Antuanne. Fuck, Antuanne calling your name. And just like y'all said, they say everything but let's fight. Antuanne said let's fucking fight. So make the fucking fight. I don't give a fuck. I ain't mentally invested with none of these kids, man. They gonna make their fucking bread. And guess who ain't gonna get not a nickel? Me. I ain't getting a fucking quarter. So make the fucking fight. I don't care.
Batman, my man Macho Man got a super chat he wants you to read. You on mute, Batman? Batman, you on mute.
I read it
Read,
already. Yeah, most likely,
read,
most,
read
most
the
likely
super chat.
Al.
Read it out so everybody can hear it.
Say, question for Batman. Al has to get Antuanne fights. He should be in fights for titles this year. Plus, Haney has no power. Antuanne will drop him. I mean, look, man. Like I said, Antuanne, he should be in the top. He should be in the top 10 after he fight Victor Post out. Probably like at the end of the year or beginning of next year, he should be fighting for a title. I mean, most likely, them titles will be separated because Josh Taylor will be moved up to the 147. Hopefully, man, about time Mr. Devin Haney move up, Antuanne to be a champion.
Okay. Now I want to say something, right? Because my brother Blue, I'm listening to my brother Blue cook yesterday, right? I'm listening to him cook, and this don't got nothing to do with Gary Antuanne Russell and Devin Haney, right? But it kind of do, because I'm listening to my brother Blue cook, and Blue says that he was asked a question, and he says that Devin Haney don't have no flaws at all. He says the only flaw that Devin Haney has is his age, his inexperience. He said, other than that, Devin Haney don't have no flaws. And the reason, and I'm saying this to say this, right? I'm saying that to say this because the reason that I picked Gary Antuanne Russell over Devin Haney, and the reason I picked Gary Antuanne Russell to stop Devin Haney is because of Devin Haney's flaws. So I disagree with that. I see Devin Haney, I see his flaws. He punches wide, you know what I'm saying? He punches wide and wild a lot. He do that shit a lot, and he leave himself open for big counter shots. That's one of his flaws. Now, I'm not saying he got a lot of flaws, but he do got flaws. And that's the reason when I look at the fight and I look at both of these fighters and I study them and I break the fight down, that's why I see Antuanne knocking Gary. That's why I see Antuanne knocking Devin out. And I fuck with Devin, but I don't see this fight going well for Devin Haney. I just don't. That's just how I feel. Like I said, let me read this super chat, and I'm going to give it to one of y'all. Hold on. Read this super chat, and I'm going to give it to one of y'all. My man Zenith360 says, Gary Antuanne will stop Haney. He says Haney won't be able to keep Antuanne off him. That wasn't Zenith. That was I'm sorry, my bad. That's Derek the Great. My man Derek the Great. And I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't see that as I agree with Tay. I don't think that's a good fight for Devin. But if people feel that Devin is the best and he's way better than Tank and he's way better than Vasil Lomachenko and he's better than Teofimo Lopez and way better than George Kambosos, if people feel that way, then at 140 pounds, that's a great fight. If that's
now, let me say this. Let me say this. Man, he did well in the Narvaez fight. The only time he slipped up is when the Narvaez caught him with that right hand. Come on, man. He's not faster than Gary Antuanne. He don't hit faster than Gary Antuanne, and he's not quicker than Gary Antuanne. So where he gonna go at? Where he gonna go at? All that shit he do against all them other fighters, he can't do it against them. Because Gary Antuanne can jab with you. Gary Antuanne will punch with you while you punching. Because you're not that fast in them. So when you throwing your little combinations, it's shit coming right back at you. You're not going to get away with that shit what you got away with JoJo Diaz. You're not going to get away with that shit that you got away with Halo, Hayes, whatever, Linares. You're not going to get away with that shit. You ain't the longest person. You ain't the quickest person. It's going to be a matched up situation. And what's proven is, if you touch your chin right, you don't finish the fight. Linares was over the hill. Let's keep it real. He a good name. He definitely was a good name, and somebody that after you fought Gamboa was a good step up fight. But he was, he had a foot out the door, and you almost got stopped by him. Almost.
Now I want to address this because we gotta address it. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit up here and just put Gary Antuanne on a pedestal either, because Gary Antuanne, he still needs to get in the he needs to prove that he can beat a top level opponent. And I think that Victor Postol is a top level opponent. So with that being said, we go hold on. Let me finish, coach. With that being said, right? We wanted to see Devin Haney go in there and do what he did against Linares, and we expected Devin Haney to beat the shit out of his last opponent, Jojo Diaz. He went in there and he beat both of them. So Devin Haney has proven himself. He's proven that he's on that top level. I'm gonna keep it real all the way around the board. Devin Haney proven. So we seen what Devin Haney can do. Now we seen Gary Antuanne fight Santiago. We never heard of Santiago until he came out there and beat Adrian Broner, right? But he still has to prove himself. We could I watched the man through the amateurs. I watched tape of him and all of that. But at the end of the day, I still ain't never seen him in the ring in the professional ranks with a top level opponent, because ain't nobody know who the fuck this Santiago was until he got in the ring with AB. You feel me?
Yeah, but that's true.
Let me finish. Let me finish that, man. So at the end of the day, Gary Antuanne, when he fights Victor Postol, this fight is everything right now, because he has to prove himself. We up here, we talking this, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking this big tough shit. Batman talking this big shit. Even Coach is riding, you know what I'm saying? He's saying how good Antuanne Russell is. Everybody in the chat talking this big shit. So we putting pressure on Gary Antuanne to go in there and show that he can back up all the shit that we talking. That's all I'm saying. He has a fight coming up with Victor Postol, and he has to go out and he has to perform. And he got to show that he is everything that we think he is. So he still got to get in the ring. He got to show that he's everything that we think that he is. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, most definitely, and he's going to go out there and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if he do to Victor Postol and I hope he let Victor Postol go all 12, man, for they won't get scared. Because if he go out there and destroy Victor Postol, these dudes might get real scared.
Man, fuck that. I want him to go out there and destroy that motherfucker, because this is his Linares fight. This is what that is. This is his Linares.
Yeah,
go out there.
Yeah, I was about to keep it real. That's what I was about to do, Coach. I was about to say Victor Postol is just a name. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's just a tough name. So when somebody go down his resume, oh, he beat Victor Postol, the only thing impressive is that he stopped Victor Postol. That would be impressive.
Right. Postol is passes. He on his way out just like Linares.
Yeah, but
Victor Postol, hold on, Coach. We gotta give Victor Postol his credit, because the last time we seen Victor Postol, he didn't look like he was on his way out. Like I said, he fought a top dog at 140. He fought Jose Ramirez. And I think that he looked great in that fight. And I thought
years ago that was, Keon.
I thought he did enough to edge out that fight against Jose Ramirez. So we can't act like that. Victor Postol.
That was like
how many years ago?
That was last year, Coach.
No, last year, no.
Oh, the year before last. All right.
Let's see when that was.
2020, right?
Well, they both been inactive, because we don't never see Gary Antuanne fight. Hold on. So they both inactive. It ain't like they both active. Hold on. Let me pull up and see when that fight was. That was in 2020. So that was in August of 2020. So he ain't fought since then.
When Lomachenko fought Linares?
think what was that?
Lomachenko versus Linares?
Yep. When was that? 2020?
Nah, fuck no.
Nah, that was before that.
That was like 2018, something like that.
And salute to the queen. Salute to the queen, Monica. Monica in the building. She says, hi y'all. She says Sergio Martinez 54-3-2 versus McLeay McGowan 14-2-1 tomorrow night 4 p.m. Chicago time. Who y'all have on that one? I appreciate you, man. Are they even gonna televise that? Y'all, anybody? I saw that Sergio Martinez weighed in, man. He looked, dude was ripped up. I think he's 45 years old. He's 45 years old and he was shredded, man. He in great condition by, on the outside looking at.
Oh, Martinez fighting again?
Yeah. He fight tomorrow. She said,
Who he fight?
I don't know who McLeay McGowan is, Monica. I have no idea who that is, but I'm gonna pick Sergio Martinez because shit,
Experience.
Yeah, his experience. He been in there with the top dogs in his day.
He was a bad motherfucker in this day too. Boy, that motherfucker slap your boy to sleep.
Man,
Yeah,
Martinez
Sergio
is one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah, he started late too. He started boxing at like 20.
My man, Godson, in that super chat, he says, shout out to Batman. He says, I've been in the gym with Russell, and he says, the Enigma, and he said, Russell, he says, at the Enigma. He says, and Antuanne will smoke Haney. It jumped on me. Let me get it back. He says, let me see. He says, Antuanne will smoke Haney on the outside and in the inside. He says Haney needs to stay away from Antuanne. He says that wouldn't be a wise career move for Haney, right? Yeah, man. I got, like I said, y'all.
Man, if
like
Godson never seen Antuanne spar, listen, man, this no joke. Every time a sparring partner or somebody might try to switch a gym and come to our gym, they put them in there with Antuanne. They don't never come back.
I think Antuanne gonna take over 140 at some point. That's what I think. I think that I've been saying it when he was in amateurs. I used to watch his fights and shit, cause that motherfucker, bro, he a bad little dude, bro. I like that motherfucker a lot.
Knockout.
I think he a problem. He a problem for everybody at 140. I think he gonna give everybody the business, bro. To be honest with you. Nah, he less about all of that politicking and my favorite fight and all that bullshit. I could care less. I just want to see the fight, and I want to see the good fights. I don't want to see no bullshit, no motherfucking macaboos and shit like that.
Yeah, Antuanne 25. This for my man UK Ballard UK. Antuanne 25.
Hold on,
23. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but a two year difference.
Right. Knockout. Before you get on here, knockout. Don't come on here with that knockout. Don't come on here with that bullshit. Oh, well, I can't talk about the fight because I gotta wait for my prediction video. Come on, knockout.
No. I see Batman driving. I was trying to see if he wanted to park the car and hit about 25 push-ups real quick. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't driving. I can give you 25.
Yeah, give me the 25.
Let me get them 25 right quick before I quit, man.
25.
Just 25. Then you only owe me 1,975 more. You know what I'm talking about?
You give you 25, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, brother. You a man of your word. You a good dude, man. You a good dude, bro.
Man, what's up, nigga? What's up, big boy? What's up, big boy? I'm about to give it to you now, Doc. I'm about to get somebody to hold the camera for me.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel H. I see you under your basketball channel, Emmanuel.
All right, what's up, man?
You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel, I got you coming February 5th, Emmanuel. I got you coming February 5th. I need people to pay. Yeah. Hey, that's 2, 3. Oh, it froze up. He must have been cheating or something.
Hey, nah, he's going. Nah. No. Well.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I did more
Yeah,
than
man.
25 too.
How many you
Hey
did?
man, I trust you. You keep count, man. It's all good. Drink more
Nah, I'm
water.
just
We had
saying. I did more than
I got
25 because I was just pushing.
Hey, Knockout gonna be doing push-ups next week. You gonna be doing the push-ups next week, Knockout.
we gonna see. We gonna see. But to answer, I think it was drink more water. Yeah, drink. It was me and Batman had a little bet on the fight, man, on the Gary Russell Mark
Yeah, I'm
fight.
not.
I
I'm
won
right
by.
here across the
I'm
dog.
mad enough to say I won by default though, because I will admit that if Gary Russell had both his hands, he'd beat the dumb shit out of Mark McSally. It wouldn't have even been close. But this Gary Antuanne Russell and Devin Haney thing. Devin Haney, he needs to stay. He gonna get his ass whooped, bro. He'll get his ass whooped if they fight. He will lose within 6 rounds, bro. Within 6 rounds, he probably get his ass beat. It's a badass matchup for Devin Haney. I say that because like Devin Haney got a lot of physical advantages down there at 135. He usually gonna be taller and longer and more athletic than a lot of the dudes he fighting. But if he come up there to 140, them dudes gonna be just as big as him, and they a lot stronger. So they gonna walk through his punches, bro. They'll be willing to let him hit them like 4 times just for them to get their shit off. And Gary Antuanne Russell, believe it or not, I think he's more athletic than Devin Haney. So Devin Haney ain't gonna be able to keep his distance on him. He go to the body like a madman. So if I saw JoJo Diaz be able to cut off the ring and have success, there's no scenario in which I think Haney lasts 12 rounds with Gary Antuanne Russell. I'm gonna give him enough respect to say he lasts about 6 rounds. But I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't sooner than that. Because the minute that he forced him into a phone booth fight, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. It's not even gonna be fair. You'll have problems with me. Go ahead.
That's easier said than done, Knockout. If you've been in there, it's easier said than done to just make a motherfucker fight your fight and put him in a phone booth. I'm not saying that he's not athletic, but you act like that dude ain't seen shit in the gym himself. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be easy, bro. I think it's a chess match, and I think it's a good fight. I don't know about this 6-round shit. I don't know about that shit. I think that Gary Antuanne is a lot stronger than Devin for sure. He got just as much of speed and all of this shit. I mean, Boots couldn't get away from him in amateurs. Now, is Boots a better fighter now? Absolutely. He's a way better fighter than he was. But, I just want to see it. I think it's a fucking good matchup. I ain't saying stylistically, my ass. Motherfucker, you a professional fighter and you a world champion. So, stylistically, I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear, and don't promote that shit, Knockout. Don't promote that it's a stylistically bad matchup. Fuck that. We want to see the fight.
I'm gonna tell the truth. He
Well,
gonna get
tell the truth. Well, we don't know that because they ain't got in the ring yet. We want to see these motherfuckers get it in. I don't give a fuck about that. It's a stylistically bad matchup. I got a
13% chance of being wrong. I got a 13% chance of being wrong and an 87% chance of being right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I got a 13% chance of being wrong. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with Devin Haney is different when you keeping the distance and you able to control people that's 5'6", that's 5'5", that's coming up from 126 pounds. Most of these dudes, they come down to make 140. Gary Antuanne, and I know Jerron Ennis got a lot better, but there's never been a point where Devin Haney was as athletic as Jerron Boots Ennis. I don't give a damn what Jerron Boots Ennis you're talking about. So if he can stay on Jerron Boots Ennis' chest, any version of Jerron Boots Ennis, he's gonna be right there on Devin Haney's chest. He's gonna be right there on Devin Haney's chest. That's what I think.
And I'm gonna let you continue cooking. But my godson says Antuanne versus Brandon Lee, or Antuanne versus Montana Love, or Antuanne versus T.O. What y'all think? I like all of them fights. All great fights, but I got Antuanne in all them fights. And I love that Brandon Lee fight because that's an action-packed fight. Brandon Lee, he gonna bang with you. But we know what happens when that happens. But I got Antuanne, in all those fights. And I got him doing something real bad to Teofimo Lopez. I got him knocking out Montana Love for sure. because if Montana Love was struggling with the little white dude, what's his name? Baranchek. Baranchek knocked the goddamn Beijing out Montana Love head. You know what I'm saying? Montana Love came back and did his thing, but let's not act like Baranchek didn't have motherfucking Montana Love Beijing dripping off. Motherfucking Montana Love came in with that Beijing crispy on this shit, man. He came in with a full lineup. After that Baranchek fight, that motherfucker had ball patches all in this shit. Let's not act like we ain't see that.
Yeah, he did. Brandon Lee probably give him the best fight. But I think Antuanne wins all of them. And I think every person that's on that super chat, all of them beat Teofimo right now. Every last one of them. Teofimo got one. I think he got problems at 140. I think one of them 135 pounds that people rate very highly, a lot of them got problems at 140 pounds, bro. A lot of them got problems at 140 pounds. You can't get away with shit up there at 140 that you can do at 135 because everybody's coming up to 135. People are shrinking down to 140. So say it's only a 5-pound difference, but the height, the reach, the strength, the
Coach,
shit just weighs.
I'm gonna mute your mic because you got a lot of feedback. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, knock out.
Zenith did this shit to me, so I'll read it for you, Keith. Salute to Zenith in the super chat. Gave my brother his $10. Y'all keep hitting the like button for him. He's doing a great job.
Salute to my man Zenith.
He said the way KO just transitioned from the bet with Batman to Haney get his ass whooped. Dang, you don't give him any chance. Do y'all think Haney power will improve at 140? His power can improve, bro, but like, here's my belief. I believe you can teach better punching technique. I believe you can sit down on your punches. I believe that you can probably hit a little bit harder, but going from a slick ass boxer to a knockout artist, I don't see that shit happening. Maybe we can say it happened with Jermell Charlo, but for every Jermell Charlo, there's like 10 to 12 slick boxers that shit didn't happen for, bro. So I don't see that shit happening. Can he get physically stronger? Maybe punch a little bit harder, get better technique, and sit down on his punches better? Yeah, but will he ever just be putting dudes out of there on a consistent basis? I don't see that. I don't see that at all. You know?
Let me say this, Batman, because see, one thing we overlooking is Jermell Charlo got a granite chin. Does Devin Haney have a granite chin? Because if you gonna talk about, well, now he gonna sit down on his punches, right, and be in the paint, well, you're gonna open yourself up to get hit too. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna change your style to where, okay, Devin Haney, he gonna walk these dudes down and get them up out of there, right? Well, now you're gonna get hit more. That's just how boxing works. Now, do you have a granite chin to be able to take punches like we see Jermell Charlo? Because we didn't see Jermell Charlo get cracked, but Jermell Charlo got a chin. So, you know, all that shit come with the territory.
No, Devin Haney do not have a granite chin. Because if you go back and look at him and Linares fight, Linares ain't sit down all the way on them punches he was throwing that Devin Haney got hurt with. He wasn't sitting down on.
Hey, y'all gonna stop all of that, Bat. You know better than that, Bat. The boy got caught with a good punch, and he didn't go down. He got rocked. Fucking Floyd been rocked.
He got rocked with a good punch and never regained full ability back.
Yes, he did. He came back the next round and was doing great. And then the following round, he did even better.
He came back. No, he didn't. He came back the next round, got clipped again, and started hugging. He hugged through the whole round. Then went to the 12th round. He moved around, and Linares gave up chase. Linares never gave up no like damn, gave that good energy. I got somebody hurt. Now let me get on him.
You know damn well that in boxing, motherfuckers get clipped. It happens. That's boxing. You're gonna get fucking smacked and you're gonna get hurt. I watched fucking Jamel get hurt by Tony Harrison.
I agree with Coach. Everybody get clipped, but here's what I look at, right? Once you get clipped, bro, what do? I saw Virgil Ortiz get his ass clipped by Mean Machine. And he said, all right, cool, come here. And he started going hard, show he was a dog, show he had heart.
That's it.
I saw Devin Haney get clipped by Linares. Then I watched him hold on for the rest of the damn fight damn near. So that's
not true. If you watch
get hit, man, like I don't know, bro. Something about fighters that don't like to get hit. That just I don't know, because I know eventually somebody gonna be able to track him down, and he gonna have to get in a dog fight sooner or later, bro. Sooner or later,
He got in a fight with fucking. He got in a fight with JoJo.
Hold on. Hey, drink more water. Floyd got clipped a lot of times, but Floyd in them rounds, Floyd
recovered like that.
He recovered in full.
He recovered that round when he fucking got clipped by fucking he grabbed the fuck out of fucking Shane, boy.
No,
Shane smacked his fucking ass.
At the time he got clipped, and right in that round, Floyd got right back to work.
No, he got hit again and got hurt again.
And the next round, he got right back to work.
The next round, he was a little more cautious. Then after that, he started taking over the
right
fight.
Back to work, coach. And he went on to beat the dog shit out of Mosley and walked him down. He walked down.
Never said he did. Never said he didn't. But you got a lot of people. Fucking Andre Ward got fucking dropped by a fucking dude who was a fucking journeyman. He got up and handled his business.
All I want for Haney to show me is that he don't give a damn what people say about him, bro. He always trying to prove his power or fight a fight that's not conducive to him. To me, that's bad, man. So I'm not as high on him as you, coach, but I see people saying that I'm a Devin Haney hater, bro. Like, you gotta go check the content, homie. I ride hard for Devin Haney, bro. Like, I don't hate that man. I just don't think he can beat Antuanne Russell.
You don't say knockout. You got to understand, if you don't say that Devin Haney can beat everybody, you hating on Devin Haney. Devin Haney can beat everybody. There's nobody in boxing that can beat Devin Haney.
At 135, I see. Now, always remember I said that. At 135.
I ain't talking about you, coach, but if you don't say that to a lot of cats, that you hating on Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying?
140 is problems up there, buddy. 140 got some motherfucking murderers up there. 140 got some
everybody know. I fuck with Devin Haney.
At 140, they got some fucking killers up there, partner.
But listen though, Linares found that out. Linares went up to 140 and got knocked out by a C-class fighter.
Yeah, 140 is a different animal, brother. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if Devin get up in there with Regis, it's a fucking problem.
I don't like that fight for Devin either. But Jason says, why everyone gets so offensive when defending Devin? Because you're not supposed to say that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to say that. You know, when you talk about boxing, you can't talk about Devin losing to nobody.
Shit, bro. Listen, I ride for Devin Haney. I'm on record. I think Loma should have fought him. I think Teofimo should have fought him. I think that Kambosos need to fight him. Like, so I ride for him hard. I'm not as high on him as a lot of people are. I think that at 135, I think Tank knocks his ass out. I think that him and Loma is a 50-50 fight. I think him and Loma is a 50-50 fight at 135. And at 140, y'all talking about the cream of the crop. Y'all talking about Gary Antuanne and Josh Taylor and guys like that. Shit, Jose Ramirez is a tough ass.
You can't be leaving my dude out, bro. You do that a lot, knockout.
Regis will watch him too. I mean, what you want me to say? Like, the top of the
you to be mentioning his fucking name. That's what. I need you to speak his name.
I know you like Regis and David Benavidez. I'm sorry. I start writing little sticky notes when I talk to you to make sure I bring them up when I'm talking about fighters, but I know they good, coach. I know they good, coach. But I just my thing with them is, bro, like when you laterally move so much, you get tired, bro. Like all that backwards moving and moving across the ring, like, man, somebody gonna catch up to you, dog. He just ain't ran into the right one yet, and then he's starting. Like, I don't know what y'all been watching, but I see him fade in the back half of fights a lot, bro. His last two fights, I see him fade a little bit, man. So I want to see.
He's fighting way better competition, knockout. That's why.
Hey man, listen, I'm with you. I understand. I want him to get Kambosos fight. I think he beats Kambosos, but him beating everybody at 135, he'd have to show me, bro.
So
I think
he got moving. So how do they move?
I got Devin that over everybody.
Okay, how do they move when Devin Haney, right? Because he going to 140 real soon, right? It's either he gonna get to Kambosos fight and beat Kambosos, get all the titles, right? Or move to 140. if we going by what they saying. So how do you move him when you go to 140 knockout? How do you move him?
I'm putting him in there. I think Zepeda might be a pretty safe fight for him, but he still got to watch out for that left hand because Zepeda got cracked. I'm keeping him away from all the. I got him beating. I'm keeping him away from all the aggressive, come forward, athletic fighters. So I mean, you can give him to Gary Antuanne if you want to. He's not that type of fighter, but he got all that shit with skills. Like, okay, good luck with that shit. Like I was trying to say, like Jose Ramirez. Okay. Okay, go ahead then.
Dog. Robert Easter ain't beating no Devin Haney. Robert Easter, I'll fuck with Bunny heavy, but he not beating Devin Haney.
Yeah. See, somebody like Robert Easter, maybe you can give him like a postal. You got to find a 140 pound.
My man said Sandor Martin.
But the difference is, right?
All Mike says we talking like we see the future. I mean, pretty damn close, all Mike.
What about Michael Garcia? What about Michael Garcia?
That should be easy work for Devin at 140. Yep. That should be easy work right now because he looked horrible. He looked horrible against Sandor Martin. When we get to talking about the top of the division, nah, bro, I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
I mean, so from what y'all saying, Coach, I'm gonna talk to you, Coach. From what they saying is that because he gonna have to go to 140. So from what they saying, Coach, is that Devin Haney ain't gonna be a top A+ level fighter. That's pretty much what they saying, because if you keeping him from all of these fighters, well, what does that say?
We don't know what they gonna do. We don't know how they gonna move. So my thing is, fuck, I just want to see the fight. Win, lose, or draw. I want to see him fight the best. I care less about all of that, how they gonna move him and all. I want to see him fight. If Gary Antuanne fucking want to fight him and he willing to accept, make the fight. So that's how I feel about it. Make the fight. He said, everybody say everything but let's fight, then fuck it, make the fight. I could care less about what people think, how it's gonna turn out. I could care less about it's a bad matchup. I could care less about all that shit. If Gary Antuanne wants smoke and they at 140, he move up to 140 and they can't get no other fights like they've been doing him at 135, make the fucking fight. I ain't gonna be no scared. I'm not getting punched in the face.
Right. JCL in the comments, he came and he said fight Tio at 140 since they didn't shake at 135.
That bitch ain't gonna fight Devin, man.
I don't think he's gonna fight.
He ain't gonna fight Devin, man. That motherfucker ain't wanna fight him at 135. He ain't gonna fight him at 140.
My man Red Cliff say, what about Frank Martin? He said Frank Martin called out Devin. I mean, do you? I mean, what y'all think about that fight?
I think Devin beat him.
You think he beat Frank Martin at 140? What you think, Batman? And salute to my brother Blue Blood Sports TV in the building. What's happening with it, Blue? Batman, you on mute.
Blue, what's up, Blue? You talking about Earl Smith fight?
Yeah, Frank Martin.
Man,
I ain't seen enough of him to say that he could beat Devin.
It'll be a good fight because, like I said, man, Devin a good fighter. You know, we got the speed. He just like the power. Motherfucking, if Frank Martin can keep up with him, I got Frank Martin probably can beat him.
I don't know. I can't really speak on that because, like I said, I've seen Frank Martin a couple times, but you haven't been in there with that level of competition. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Frank Martin, he ain't been in there with that level of competition for me to say that he could beat a Devin Haney at 140.
But like I said, if he can keep up with him, I mean, he got a hell of a chance because he got power. But if he can't, you know, Devin gonna beat him.
Yeah.
Devin got
in the building hella late. Salute to the queen.
See, Devin got to fight every fight very disciplined. He can't let the crowd get in his head. Can't let people get in his head. That's what happened to him in a Linares fight. He trying to prove that he got power and all this dumb shit. Stick to your plan. Don't waver. As you get older, you're gonna get a little stronger. You fuck with Blu-ray, you're gonna get stronger. So you have to fucking fight your fight. Fuck what the people said. The object of the game is to hit, not get hit. And he needs to box. Period. That's his fucking way to win. That's it. Point blank, period. If the knockout come, you take it. If not, fuck it. I'm going 12 rounds and I'm going home with the W. That's the main thing. So he has to be disciplined and stop letting shit. You can see it getting his head. Like he trying to fucking get these dudes out of there. And that's how he got caught.
But because listen, coach, and I'm gonna keep it real. He's not gonna get no the glory and the money and the fan base he's trying to get doing what he did, doing what he do. All right, you try to be like Floyd, but y'all fella realize Floyd was an animal at y'all weight class.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was.
Floyd was a fucking killer.
He ain't started that moving around and not getting hit shit until he got the 140, the 147 when he got up there with them bigger guys.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying?
See, Devin punches not sharp enough. It's not sharper. See, that's the difference. Where your punching power, his punches are not sharp. Where he putting that fucking stun on you. Floyd punches sharp. You know, it's not necessarily the hardest punches, but he punches real sharp.
Hey, it's a accumulation of punches.
Right.
You know, he hit hard enough whereas though he hitting you all them times cleanly.
And not only that, it's hard enough to where you ain't gonna just be trying to walk. You ain't gonna walk through that shit. You ain't gonna just walk through it. You know, so that's what Devin has to work on. He has to work on his sharpness, and with strength, he'll probably get sharper. You know what I'm saying? If he got the right coaches around. So that's my thing. You know, I think he's a great fighter, and like I said, I got him over everybody at 135. Now 140, like I said, you know, that motherfucker, that's problems up there, boy. That's some good. I know one thing. That is some very fan-pleasing fights at 140. That's what I know.
Body Works Boxing. Salute. He says the fact that people saying Devin need Blu-ray says a lot. He says Tank, Gary, Antuanne, Brandon Lee don't need Blu-ray. Stop that.
Well,
and salute to my man Body Works Boxing.
Well, the thing is, Tank is dealing with Devin's speed and movement, and Devin being so fucking much taller than Tank. It's not like a Pedraza who was taller than Tank, or one of these other fighters, Mario Barrios, who's taller than Tank. No, you dealing with a motherfucker who got legs and can fucking and got good fucking boxing ability. So that's why I say he gonna beat Tank, because he's so much taller and bigger than Tank. But this motherfucker can box, and he got a sweet ass jab, and Tank ain't gonna be able to get close to him if Devin stays disciplined. So that's why I pick him over Tank. Not because Tank punches harder than him. Of course he does. And nobody's doubting that. But just because you're a hard puncher don't mean you can fucking beat a boxer. Hearns was a hard motherfucking puncher. Hagler was a fucking hard ass puncher, right? But Sugar Ray didn't need to fucking stop him. So
my opinion, I thought Sugar Ray Leonard won that fight, but I
thought Hagler won the fight. I ain't gonna lie.
I had Sugar Ray winning that fight.
I had Hagler. Sugar Ray pulled he would throw 1,000,000 punches with the last 10 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah, to win the fucking round. I thought Hagler did more work.
Hagler was missing too much to me. Dank Father, my man. Okay, so check this out. Dank Father says that T.O. is more special than all the fighters at 140.
Yeah, we saw how special he was. You saw his fucking face.
We'll see.
You saw his face. Looked like that motherfucker had been somebody stuck his face under a fucking a city bus, boy. That's how special he is. Yeah, he could take a good ass whipping. That was great. That motherfucker is special. He's special enough to take a good ass whipping because he got his ass towed the fuck up. His eye looked like between a prostitute legs. That's what his eye looked like. So he could say whatever he want. He's special. He showed how special he was. He couldn't make it. Special fighters, hold on, Bat. One thing. Special fighters make adjustments during a fight. They don't continue to do the same thing and come out with the same results. Anybody in life that do the same thing and expect a different result, what we call that guy? We call that a fucking fool. So he's not a special fighter because he made no adjustments on his own. Great fighters make adjustments on their own and know how to adjust to change the outcome of the fight. So he's not a great fighter.
Yeah. He gonna have to, like I said, he's another fighter that's gonna be at 140 pounds, and he gonna have to prove that he can get back to the top. It's a lot of smoke at 140. It's a lot of smoke, and like I said, right now,
Josh Taylor, Keon, they talking about we want Josh Taylor. If they put Teofimo in that fucking ring with Josh Taylor, he gonna get fucked up.
Don't do it. He can't beat Josh Taylor. Ain't nowhere in hell.
If they put him in there with Regis, Regis will stop him. He will beat him and stop him. He is not gonna last.
Ain't nowhere in hell dude can beat Josh Taylor. Ain't no Teofimo gonna get fucked up by Josh Taylor. These people, they underestimate Josh Taylor.
Well, Josh Taylor bad motherfucker.
He a bad motherfucker. He really like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Regis Prograde. Like I said, man, that 140 pounds is a stacked division. Next year, by this time next year, 140, we might be talking about that being the best division in all of boxing by far. Because Josh Taylor, he gonna move up. But then you got Gary Antuanne, you gonna have Devin Haney, you gonna have Teofimo Lopez, you got my man Regis Prograde, you got motherfucking the nigga with the Beijing in his head, Montana Love. You got, I mean, that division stacked. It's gonna be stacked.
That's a badass little prospect right there too. He nice. He's strong as fuck too.
You got Matias, the dude we just seen fight on Gary Russell undercard, and you can go on and on. But we getting ready to get up out of here. I'm gonna go check out, BFTB before, and y'all hit my like button. Hit my like button if you're in the building. Before we get up out of here, real quick, let me get your last words, Batman.
Man, like I said, that's all I want to see is the best fight the best. Even though they did that to my little brother, man, he'll be back. He'll be back. And then when he be back,
he gonna stay at 126 back?
Nah, he gone to 130. I mean, hopefully he getting the surgery, motherfucking and Kobe win. And he gonna be at the Kobe fight. So, I hope they bump into each other, jaw at each other, and Shawty say something where as though he give Gary another chance.
Right. Well, we'll see, brothers.
Yeah.
You ending at the right time because I got shit to do.
Yeah, let me get your last word real quick, Coach.
Hey, man, I appreciate it as always, brother, coming on the panel and talking this boxing thing. And I'll holler at y'all boys tomorrow, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right,
y'all already know what it is. I appreciate everybody coming through, showing love. Another great show today. We will be back same time tomorrow. Y'all already know. And be on the lookout for my videos I'm dropping. And Batman, I'm gonna holler at you. I appreciate everybody in here. Salute. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.